Let's see if we've got some audio.
Yo.
That thing's got a flash first. All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Monday night. It's October the 5th. We're in Dubai this evening for the GP2 series. Is this round 2? This is round 2. It's me, Alan Paterson, and I'm joined in the booth with with Nick Hodgson. Nick, how are you?
Very well, Alan. Flying start.
Yeah.
And yeah, welcome to everybody. Really looking forward to spending a wonderful evening with all of you, watching some fantastic racing. Of course, this is the Formula 3 cars that we're running, and part of our GP series here at SimRace SA. And yeah, if you fancy getting involved, head over to simracesa.co.za and follow the sign-up procedure, and you too can soon be racing in a variety of the leagues that we have available.
Definitely. I've just loaded the website if anybody isn't sure of where to go. It looks like it's an awesome late afternoon for this race that we're going to be having.
Yeah, indeed. About to go into qualifying, and yeah, as we go, all the drivers pulling out of the pits now, eager, of course, to get in those qualifying laps. With about 15 minutes, of course, of qualifying, as per the usual, and then a 45-minute race. And yeah, we'll see. Be interested to see what these guys can do. A low 43 is what they're going to be looking at for pole. I put my money on a 43.3 being good enough for pole tonight.
Interesting. All right, so that's where you're going. I agree. In practice, we did see some low 43s, so the guys are definitely coming to getting to grips with the track. Very, very interesting layout. I will put the track overlay on the YouTube channel for you guys to have a look. This is Autodromo, and you've got some info for us here, Nick.
Yeah, I definitely do. So, first of all, while you're looking at the track, it of course track maps are always very deceptive. It looks fairly simple, but with the elevation changes that this track has, particularly around a couple of the corners, you'll when we go on board with some of the guys, you'll see just how much of a roller coaster it is. But right, so a couple of facts about the track. It was opened in October 2004, so it's pretty new as a track. Most people won't recognize it though, because it's never really hosted Formula One. But it has had or been the home of the Dubai 24 Hour, which is a GT and sports car and touring car race. As well as the A1 Grand Prix. I don't know if anybody remembers the A1 series.
Yeah, the Nation series.
Yes, they certainly hosted a couple of rounds there of that. And in fact, the current real overall lap record of everything that's ever gone around there is by our friend Kamui Kobayashi with the time of 1:41.2, but that was in a GP2 car. So remember, these are the F3 cars.
F3s, okay.
So they're not quite as quick, but gives you an idea of the pace.
Awesome. Well, straight on the back of that, we're going to show you a quick onboard video of how you get around the track, and watch this video because besides Nick showing a perfect racing line, you're also going to get to see the tremendous undulations, the up and downs and the bank corners.
Yeah, and also watch out for the understeer that this track seems to induce.
Awesome. Okay, let's find the track video. Here we go.
Right, everybody, welcome to a
and the bank corners.
Yeah, good to get it out the way.
Yeah,
I
and
think
also
while
watch
there's
out for the
times on the track and stuff. I think this is good way of doing things. I don't know. Are you going to do points or
here we go.
Any of that stuff that you generally pop up on the screen? Okay. Of course. No, that makes perfect sense. Maybe we should mention that hey, it's guys, this is round 2. So it's still all to play for and all that jazz. Okay, I think we should be getting our first lap times now. Here we go. good place to draft. Yeah, the crazy one when you go up and then down. Very easy to get it wrong coming up and over the hill. Very easy.
Well, that certainly looks amazing, Nick. Thanks for that video. The undulations are incredible.
Yeah, you're welcome, Alan. So there are a few spots on the track that you've got to look out for mistakes. Certainly after they've gone through that first complex and there's kind of that really long right-hander, to get that absolutely spot on, you've got to really be riding the car on the ragged edge, and it's easy to spin out there. And then also, what would that be? Kind of I call it sort of the second last set of corners where it's that banking that you go in up the other side and sort of flick the car back and round, and then as you go up and over the hill, you've got to be foot flat through there. And if you get the line slightly wrong, the track really spits you off, and it's easy to spin up those rear wheels.
Nick, I've just been watching Corne Breed go through that cluster, and that second last corner up over the hill and to the right, that's a blind apex. So you don't actually you don't see the exit of that corner. It's pure trust as you go up and over there.
Yeah, absolutely. And as I see Peter Geldenhuys in the chat saying, "Yo, lots of understeer in that last corner." You're absolutely right, Peter, as well. Like this track does really seem to induce the understeer.
Exactly.
But it's tameable, but it's not easy. And especially with all of the runoff areas being this sort of innocuous grey tarmac stuff, which by the way is very slippery when you go off. It becomes quite difficult to just know where you are on the track.
Yeah.
So one of the downsides I think to racing in a desert, but we'll see how these drivers cope tonight.
Well, another side of our commentary and coverage of this is our community and feedback with you guys on YouTube. So welcome to everyone there. I can see we've got 32 people already on board. Hello to the usuals: Hannes van Wyk, Martin Jabé, Zian Gildia shouting for Matthew, the Javan Oost, Gert Snyman, Zander, how's it? Peter Geldenhuys, hello. Sean Bingham, Ruan's there, Peter Geldenhuys. Welcome, guys. Glad to see you all here, and thanks for coming.
Yeah, welcome everybody. I hope you're going to enjoy it. And already we have quite a tight battle up at the front for pole. Marius Skuan, Jacques Boerter, and Corne Breed, all on a 43.5.
45, sure.
Yeah, you got to be you're separating there by hundredths. And as I said, my prediction here was for a 43.3 for pole.
Okay.
As you said, Alan, in HLQ we did actually see guys go a little bit quicker. I think there was a 43.1. Maybe you can correct me. But as I know for a fact, it's very difficult to hook up a perfect lap around here.
I can imagine.
So, 15 minutes is not really enough to guarantee of getting that absolute perfect lap. And we see Jacques Boerter now just dipping into the fours, a 4.99. Jacques,
sure.
Just have to prove that you can do that 4, but that's okay. We'll see if anyone can improve and challenge that. I certainly think they can.
Our official timing at the moment shows 15 recorded lap times. We do have close to 21 drivers on the server, so a couple of guys are late joiners. I see James Leach has just arrived, so he's going to be heading out and should get in a quick lap time shortly.
We've got to remember, of course, that anyone making a mistake, your lap time is going to be deleted if it's track limits or if you hit the barrier or something. So
exactly.
Very possible that some people just haven't managed to get that quick lap in yet. Well,
6 minutes left of this qualifying for Div 1. we saw from Ryan and Adminning's side last week's races with a couple of DSQs for not running the PLP system. So hopefully everyone's got that in place. And on this kind of a track, it's important actually to have that, because you can abuse track limits quite easily with this false tar stroke AstroTurf, Nick.
Yeah, you can, but as I said, there aren't that many places that it is hugely advantageous, just because this black tar stuff or whatever it actually is, AstroTurf, who knows. But it is very, very slippery. So
okay.
More often than not, when you see guys hitting that, even if they just sort of make a mistake in the race or something and cut the corner unintentionally and just think, right, I'll just pop back onto the track, it's very easy to spin the car. I did it a bunch of times.
Interesting. Cool. Right, we're watching Corné Briet at the moment, currently sitting in third. He's going up and down on his bubble, on his delta times.
You saw him running over those curbs,
yeah.
and that's gonna kill your lap time. As you saw, he's now bailed out of it as well.
See that? Yep. Let's go and see anybody else currently up. How's it, Sass, in the YouTube channel? Nice of you to join us. Dirkie Swanepoel, hello. Wimpy de Beer, how's it? Glad to have you guys with us as usual. Philip Minnar currently in 6th place and just on his Delta bubble as well. So doing some good quick times. 143.8. 497 currently with Marius Skuman back up to pole.
Oh my goodness, by 2,000ths of a second.
Incredible.
That's incredible.
Yo, it is close. You were going to say, Nick?
Yes, what I was going to say is actually getting a good drive onto the last, through the last corner, or out the last corner, I should say, is going to give you, can easily give you half a tenth just going over the start-finish line. So, and it's not easy to get that last corner correct. So, getting it wrong actually compromises 2 laps. So, yeah.
Marius just went quicker.
Oh yes, 365. There we go.
365. He's on your numbers.
For pole, so here we go. Let's see.
And he's actually up on his delta. So we're gonna just just ride on board with Marius for a lap here.
You see how tricky that corner is. You actually turn in a little bit early, and that the understeer pushes you correct.
There's one of these banks. It's amazing.
Yeah, again, a lot of turn. Surprised he was using 3rd there. I'd have thought you'd carry 4th. And actually, we see his delta now.
He did. He dropped to 10th there.
Yeah. Getting a little bit of a tow, I think, from the man in front. I'm not sure who that is. It looks like a BWR Viper's car. I tell you what, every single corner on this track, I'm thinking, yep, that's tricky. Yep, that's tricky.
Wow.
That's not easy. All of these.
I agree.
Definitely second gear through that corner gives you a much nicer. And I think that may have been Jacques, and I have a feeling he was, or Lionel. I think they're both in those green cars. And yeah, here we go. This is the sort of up and down.
That's incredible. This. Wow.
And here, this corner,
yeah.
This is where you got to watch out. It's flat, flat, flat through here, but if you get that wrong, you are off and into the wall straight away. See, awful understeer, but he's got a good drive out.
Look at his delta. Oh, he was close.
Yeah. He's got a good drive out. Now look, he's already gained. This is going to be close to half a tenth by the time and this is the guy sitting on pole at the moment.
Yeah, he's just going quicker each lap.
Yep, getting a good drive out has given them that. You don't want to touch the curbs here. Touching the curbs actually slows you down. So you want to stay away from them, but still hug them tight. Otherwise you lose momentum. And then here, through this right-hander, just so easy to get it wrong. Spin out, all sorts of things. But Marius has absolutely nailed it. Look at the drive he's got out of that corner. Wonderful to see. Again with 3rd gear through here. See, he's 10th and a half down. I don't know what he's doing. He's trying to get a good run out, but the car will do it in 4th. Marius has got a little bit in the tank, I'm sure.
Alright, well, with 1.5 minutes to go, let's go and see who else is doing what. Han van Niekerk, one of our other new guys, down in 13th place at the moment. He's up on his delta. It's yeah, half
And
a
heading
tenth.
down that back straight as
And-
well. Yeah,
yep.
if you can convert this, certainly jump him up a few places. Things are tight.
Oh, he's lost a lot of time there.
Trying to get a better exit, which he does. Look at that.
Yeah, look at that. That was a different way to. Okay, let's see what happens. He's coming up to the that last that last bank cluster that you've got to go through, and then that blind right-hander. It's a complete blind corner. You cannot see the exit through that apex.
Here we go. Lionel Clue, who's in 7th, is about to improve. Jacques Boerter disconnects. Lionel Clue slots up into 4th position.
Way to go,
with
Lionel.
43.595. I wonder what's happened to Jacques.
Hein van Niekerk just going back to him. There he comes onto the start finish, and he's 1.5 tenths down. Let's go and see who else is doing what. Mike Leroux, 14th place. Pretty much on his bubble at the moment. We'll come back to him.
Yeah, Gerard Pretorius was close to being up on his best, but unfortunately, second last corner.
Oh, he's got a good drive.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Not quite.
Sure.
Not quite, Gerard. It just shows you there's time to be made here. Oh, Jacques Boerter, I think, has rejoined, so that's good news.
Yeah, he's back.
That is good news. I must say, Matthew Boy, 43.7. I was expecting more of a 43.5 out of him. But still there and thereabouts.
Ruben Kruger sitting in 10th at the moment and just going into green figures, and he's just slid it around the banking. So he's still up, and one more corner to go, so we'll see if he can get some pace through this last corner onto the start finish straight. Runs a bit deep there, and I think he had to brake. Oh, he's... Oh. It was pretty much identical lap, that. Nick, you with me? Gonna have this again. Hello, Nick. Nick.
Still here.
Okay, I lost you. Right.
I'm back. Good.
Overtime. Yeah, I disconnected. Right, there we go. Cars are off the grid. Look at that. Such a pro move.
Absolutely. 20 seconds to go before lights out. Everybody frantically loading up their race strategies. Remember, we don't expect guys to be doing anything more than a one-stopper. 10 seconds.
So
Lights
teammates on the front row, eh?
Yep.
Marius Skuman and Gerard Pretorius. Here we go. Jacques in third, and they're off. There we go.
Looks like not a clean start at the back. A couple of people losing out. Skuman still in first place though. Jacques Boerter up to second. Gerard Pretorius losing out down to third. But they're all over the back of each other right now.
They are.
Top 10 all seemingly getting away reasonably well. Corne Breed now has got Lionel Clue up the inside. Very well done from Lionel. And Breed is now under pressure from Philip Minnaar. Skuman still out in the lead though, even with Boerter all over the back of him, trying to get the switch back for the straight. What happened?
I'm at the back. Hein van Niekerk and a bunch of people, Skywalker and Kralin, all having come in together and knock-on effects. They're all going again, but there's been a lot of drama at the back. So coming back up to the front.
Skuman went very defensive into this corner. Jacques Boerter didn't even try to draft him, took the normal racing line. It really helped because Skuman outbraked himself properly into that hairpin, and now we've got Pretorius all over the back of Boerter. Boerter goes down the inside of Skuman and makes it stick, while Skuman is now side by side with Lionel Clue, trying desperately not to lose out 2 positions from that move. Gave Boerter room so they did not collide. That's proper racing from those 2 drivers. And Gerard Boerter's now gone wide and up the top as Skuman tries to go up the inside.
And then on
the outside. I think Skuman's now got it made again. Fantastic driving from Skuman. Seeing the error from Jacques Boerter and making it stick. Boerter now onto the start-finish straight may be able to to draft, and you can see Skuman immediately going defensive.
Yesterday, these top 6, there were 6 of them next to each other there, literally.
Pretorius there in 4th is all over the back of Corne Breed.
Yeah.
Makes a move up the inside.
Did you see how close they were?
Yeah, got some serious understeer. Both drivers giving each other the time of day, making sure not to collect each other.
On board with Corne Breed, looking ahead at Gerard Pretorius, but he's also got Philip Minnar looking for a quick way past as well.
All in his mirrors there.
Oh, he's just spun it.
Who spun?
Philip Minnar.
Oh, that's unfortunate. He has slipped all the way down to 9th at this stage. So Duggan, Oosthuizen, Boy, and Clue all effectively gaining from that. Clue now getting a little bit of air, you'd imagine, to try and chase after Corne Breed.
Oh, Matthew Boy's getting attacked by Jovan Oosthuizen.
Yeah, who goes, seems round the outside. The draft definitely working. Can Boy stick it up the inside, though, to get that position back? He cannot. Fortunately, we seem to have lost Andy Walwald, possibly with some internet issues there. But got Boy slipping down to 7th now after gaining that position from the spin of Philip Minnar.
Loving the sunset shot. So it's a late afternoon, early evening race, this.
Skuman at the moment stretching his legs into that sunset because he's now got 1.2 seconds over Jacques Buerta.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at what their lap times are as they go over the start to finish line. Buerta getting that last corner a little bit wrong. Look how wide he's run as Gerard Pretorius now is only 7/10 behind. 44.2 for Skuman, 45.4 for Jacques Buerta. So fastest lap of the race for Mario Skuman right now.
These guys kind of stringing out already as they get into the race pace. But I tell you what, Boy and Duggan, etc., they're all over each other.
Janssen van Rensburg, sorry, going down the inside of Renier Leach into turn 1. Fantastic move, Renier, giving him the right amount of space as now Marco Grasser is all over the back of Renier. And in fact, Ryan de Azevedo looking to try and profit from these guys squabbling behind them.
Yes, Marco Grasser right there. Looking at the back of Renier Leach's car. Yeah, and looking for a different line into this bank curve as he holds.
That's brave.
Look at that.
I think Grasser had to back out. He suddenly saw Renier Leach coming back down the banking, and now Azevedo is going to gain 2 places from this if he gets his braking right, which he seems to. Wonderful stuff there from Azevedo. Yep. And up he goes into 12th position, looking for Janssen van Rensburg.
It's all going on, yeah. I'm going back to Matthew Boy. Raymond Duggan has in fact got past him now. But they're still close, as you can see, 0.3 of a second.
I remember Boy typically loves to run long, so potentially that's part of his strategy as well tonight. Unfortunately, he's not able to keep these drivers behind. It's probably that long straight. They're just sort of drafting and pulling straight past him.
Hello to Jason, Shiraz, Dada, Craig Hunter, Gavin Murray, everybody on YouTube. Welcome. Yep.
Welcome. As Lionel Clue has just got past Corne Breed going into the very last corner. And now, of course, Corne is all over the back of Lionel as they go across the start-finish line and into turn 1, having to back out of it. And Clue's locked up. And Breed is now all over the back of him. Not a good place to try and make a move, but now they're swarming over the back of that BWR Vipers car.
And Jovan is looking at the back of Corne Breed now as well. All 3 of them are looking to take positions.
Yeah, absolutely. There's places to be had. These drivers can sense it. Ooh, Oosthuizen.
Yeah, there was a different line into there.
Yeah, really compromised him. At least he comes out unscathed, but he would have been hoping to line up a pass on this long back straight.
Just watching straight down from a helicopter view at these 3. They're the closest on the track, although Gerard Pretorius all of a sudden, it's
Mario Skuman's teammate, of course.
Ooh, that was close.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we've got BWR from 1st to 4th at the moment, but different teams. Teams, yeah. So I think Green's BWR Vipers. I can't remember the orange one.
We'll get it now.
Phoenix, BWR Phoenix. Yeah.
Oh yes, there you go.
Oh, and Buerta just getting a little sideways, it looked like. Definitely taking different lines is Jacques Buerta.
He is.
And currently losing about 0.3 of a second a lap to Marius Skuman. Marius really has this track nailed right now. Raymond Duggan, though, doing a very quick lap.
He's on the back of Corne Briet. I've just joined him now. We're watching him.
Yeah, no
Ryan
wonder.
Skywalker also just disconnected.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for Ryan, but yeah, Raymond Duggan having a fantastic race right now, putting some stonking laps in.
Shiraz on YouTube saying first time he's seen this track. I agree. We discussed off air before the race. I do not recognize it at all. There's nothing about it that is familiar, but it's a mighty impressive track to have racing on.
Yeah, and I think they must obviously use it for club style events and things like that. But yeah, what we were talking about in the qualifying, where it's sort of the A1 and there's a 24-hour race here and for the GTs and things like that. It seems to be the only stuff they really use this track for.
Sitting with Ruben Kruger. Oh,
sorry, Oosthuizen got very sideways coming out out the hairpin at the end of the long straight.
See, Mike LaRue has just Bertus Janssen van Rensburg and Mike LaRue just swapped positions. Also, sub teams of Team BWR, purple and blue. This bank curve is an incredible corner to watch them go through. Sub-teams of Team BWR. Purple and blue. Zander there. Nick, have I lost you? I can hear myself on YouTube, so I think it might be your side this time, Nick. Okay, sorry guys, let's see. Nick, you there? Is it me? Nick, you there?
Yeah, hi.
Sorry, man.
It's okay.
We just got to deal with these little gremlins that disconnect us in the middle of our broadcasts. It's an ongoing thing with this program.
Absolutely does seem to be a bit of an issue, but
right, so Jacques Buerta closing down slowly. He's that gap was at 2 seconds just now. All right, it's gone back out to 2 seconds, so kind of goes up and down depending on where they are on the track.
Yeah.
Corne Briet and Raymond Duggan. Oh, Corne Briet and Jovan Oosthuizen. Oh, Corne just taps the back of Jovan as they go into that bank curve. He slows down. Let's let Duggan catch up.
Oh, and Boy now going through too. And Philip Minnaar all over the back of Boy.
Yeah, Corne lost a bunch of positions there. At least no one turned round, but hopefully there wasn't too much damage. But as you say, yep, Matthew Boy and Philip Minnaar have gone through. These four are now right on top of each other. Matthew Boy's got a lot of pressure to absorb here.
Oh, someone diving down the inside of Corne Briet now. That's who's that diving?
That's Bertus Janssen van Rensburg.
Yeah, it didn't quite turn out for him the way he'd hoped, but they all live to fight another day. This corner must be so difficult in race conditions. Less downforce, of course, when you're following a car, especially a train of cars like this.
Totally.
Here we go. This is going to be drafting heaven now for Corne Briet. He's going to try go around the outside of Matthew Boy. I think he's just going to have that done.
Although Matthew's on the inside. Oh, and Minnaar ran deep there. Very deep.
He's made a couple of mistakes, as old Manar, but oh, Brett, you see,
Brett,
taking that
I
tight
saw
line,
that.
offline, less grip, and immediately the track with its weird cambers all over the place,
Yeah,
throwing him off.
Paterson has gone past.
As indeed, you see, you make one mistake, and that's that's just it for you.
It is.
You know,
Wow.
you'll lose a couple of positions right there and there.
Yeah. So corner dropped 2 positions literally in half a lap. Dives down the inside of the bank corner again, and there's a little bit of almost contact.
You know, you saw that wiggle there in Cornet
Yes.
Bread's car. Again, that section, you go offline, and the track just bites you hard. So going wheel to wheel there is very difficult.
Wow.
Very difficult indeed.
Okay, again, these 4, they're still together, but just shuffled around a little bit next lap round.
Yeah, and this is allowing Matthew Boy to get a little bit of fresh air. And I still think he's going to be running long, just based on his times, doing a 47.
Yep. Back on YouTube, Gert Snyman, correct. It is Dubai Autodrome. Jason also commenting on Minar's move around the outside. Hello to Louis van der Merwe. Welcome, and hope you enjoy your stay here with us at SimRace SA, buddy.
Oh, absolutely. We got it, getting some great racing here tonight. Cornet Breed in the thick of absolutely everything.
Oh, watch Philip Minar down the long straight. He's in the middle of a... Oh, it's all going on. Randa Azevedo behind him. He's looking at Mike down the inside.
Philip should have this done. Don't lock up
behind.
Philip. There looked like contact there.
There was. I've just jumped on board. Mike LaRue spun round. Oh dear. And now LaRue's hit him. Hein van Niekerk, he got through.
Everybody having sympathy accidents here.
Dash it. Okay, let's settle down. It's Mike LaRue's just dropping like a stone right now, but oh dear, and I've just seen we got some bag that
I expect there's going to be a few pit stops now. If I was any of these drivers, you're going to be carrying some damage. You need that downforce.
Sorry,
jump in, do your pit stop right now, get it over and done with.
We're going to watch a replay there. I think it was James Leach who had some contact. Let me just see if this works. Here we go. We're on board watching James Leach, and he's ahead or he's in the middle of 2 guys, Van Wyk, and then he taps Van Wyk. They turn around, and then somebody behind them drives into them. It was a comedy of errors there, but they're all sorted and going again.
I've stayed on board with Ryan Azevedo, and none of these guys have jumped into the pits. I can't believe it. Except, actually, no, James Leach. I apologize. James Leach has jumped into the pits. I think that is the right call.
Sure.
I really do.
Yes, carnage. There was a lot of contact going on back there, but the guys are close, and as Nick has pointed out, the cars get a little wiggle on a little bit out of straight line, and there's a little bit of contact and the cars go around. It happens.
Yeah, this track is so deceptively difficult to drive. I mean,
can imagine.
Take a track like Interlagos, which a lot of us know from Formula One over the years and years and years. Now that track is pretty difficult to drive, but it doesn't spit you off and want to, I don't know, kill you the whole time. This track really seems to, that there's like one quick way of taking a corner.
Yep.
If you don't do it that way, then you've got yourself an F3 handful. I'm
currently on board with 13th place. Hein van Niekerk, one of our new members, looking down the inside of Renier Leach. These guys have been going around for a lap in very close proximity. James Leach, as you can see, down in 18th after his contact. He's dropped back quite a number of positions.
Yeah, but remember, he's taken his pit stop.
He took a pit stop, correct.
I think he's the only driver on circuit right now who has.
Okay. Peter Kralen's in the pits. Sorry, we didn't mention tires, by the way. I saw something just now on YouTube, so quickly. Medium, medium, hard, hard, medium, medium, hard, 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 medium, hard, hard. So 70% on hards, and first and second and fourth and fifth, and fifth and sixth First, second, fifth, and sixth on mediums. Everyone else in the top 10 on hards.
Oh, Gerard Pretorius, why is he down?
Oh, I've just caught him. There? And he's just pulling off and back on the track and going. So he's had a moment somewhere. And Javant Oosthuizen is now all over the back of him.
So VW are not having it all their own way just yet. Oh, no. Goodness. Come on, Oosthuizen, gather that up. There's a position to be had here, buddy.
Lionel Clue now up into third. Coming through this last banking. They all take the right line through there.
Absolutely. Duggan behind as well.
Yes. Right, so 27 minutes left. We've had Kralin and Leach pit, so pretty much the field still got to get in the pits.
Yeah, I think for most drivers this is likely to be a sort of middle of the race pit stop. It's interesting. Oh my goodness, Raymond Duggan getting it absolutely wrong, just avoiding the back of Oosthuizen. Goodness, that would have been a big accident.
Well, we saw that in the corner of the cameraman. Unfortunately,
he missed his brake pedal.
Exactly.
Which I have done in real life. It scares the hell of you, I can tell you what.
Bjorn Buchner, Ryan Skywalker, and Andy Walbolt and Mark van Rensburg DNFs. They've disconnected. So possibly internet connections, not sure.
I'm interested to see so many drivers running different tyre strategies. So in past races, we've tended to notice that at least 75% of the field is on one particular tyre.
True.
But when you were doing your little tyre wrap there, it certainly sounded like the field was kind of a bit of a 50-50 split. Although towards the back end of the field did seem to be more of the hard tyre boys. So,
Nick, watch Lionel Clue and Buerta. They're on top of each other.
Oh, yes.
Lionel Clue definitely attacking. Corné Brits.
Champions from last time as well.
Yes. Past Janssen van Rensburg. We didn't see it on camera, but Corné's up into 8th place.
Corné certainly winning the award, I think, for the most eventful race so far. And again, Jacques Buerta takes a very different line to most other drivers through that final corner. I've got to say, it does seem to work, although Lionel did set a quicker lap time than Jacques that time around.
Right, we'll go for a quick lap with Lionel Clue looking ahead at Jacques Buerta. See how different these guys are going around the track. They are matching teammates, as you all well aware of and can see.
Absolutely. Did Matthew Boy have hard tyres? I imagine he did.
Matthew is on hards, correct, yes.
Okay. Just interesting to note that he's done the quickest lap of his race so far.
Okay.
And has started to very slightly close the gap to Raymond Duggan. So that's why I just wanted to mention it, because I think if he's doing that long strategy, then we're seeing that slowly come in.
Jumping back to Philip Minnaar down in 10th, who is all over the back of Janssen van Rensburg. He's currently in the draft on this long back straight, and he's probably going to pop out and go down the inside.
Yeah, watch for that there. It's a 10th, and he's going to give it a go. Oh no, that's horrible. That's not gone well at all. You want it to be tight through there.
Well,
Janssen
position done.
Position done, but I've got to be honest, Janssen van Rensburg had to have give him room to make that happen, because otherwise that would have definitely been some contact if he wanted to fight that.
They piled into that corner. It was huge speed there.
Yeah, very well done from Janssen van Rensburg. Lives to fight another day. Always the correct call.
YouTube, hello Bruce, how's it? Yeah, Andy was here and then he wasn't, so he's had a disconnect. Not sure what's up there, but anyway.
Our first pit stop, Gerard Pretorius. Well, our first of our front-running pit stops, Gerard Pretorius in, and Janssen van Rensburg in 10th in as well.
Correct. And Grasser.
And Grasser, right. So now, okay, 23 minutes to go. Just over halfway, and we're going to see a lot of pit stops now.
Bruce, this race being held on the Dubai Autodrome, so I'm sure this is kind of nearby to where you are, I think.
You pop down, give us a real lap guide.
Okay, so
Right, so Pretorius is now out into 13th position. Janssen van Rensburg in 14th, and Grasser in 16th, it looks like.
There's Vader in 12th.
I gotta say, this the pit stop does seem to take quite a while. Not the actual pit stop, of course, those are very quick, but time in the pits does seem to be quite long.
Yes, okay, I'm with you. Vader ran very deep and wide into that corner.
Corne Bread now catching up with Matthew Boy. Remember, he got past, I think it was Philip Minnar? Or no, was it one of our pit stoppers? I think maybe it was one of our pit stoppers.
It was Vader, wasn't it?
No. Azevedo's been down for a while.
Okay.
Yeah, he's now really caught onto the back of Matthew Boy. He's doing sort of low 44s. Boy doing mid 44s, sorry.
Marius Skuman in.
Oh, and Buerta.
So Lionel Clue now inherits the lead.
Is Clue on hards?
He is on hards, yes.
Interesting.
So Marius in the pits on mediums, Jacques Buerta in the pits on hards, and Raymond Duggan in the pits on mediums. So it's all over the place right now.
That is all over the place right now. I wonder, because remember last race at Singapore, we did see people manage to do a zero stopper, i.e. make that fuel last. And I don't know. I wonder if this race is the same. I didn't hear anything, no squeaking from my teammates to tell me whether or not that's a viable option here.
Yeah, I think not. I think you're on the gas for a long time with these two long straights here, Nick.
Yeah, that's a good point.
LaRue also in the pits down in 14th. So pit stops have happened for most of these guys, but we're watching Lionel Clue out in the lead. Jovan Oosthuizen now in second place, also having a clean race all on his own. And then further back, Breert and Matthew Boy next to each other.
Yeah, both at the moment kind of running on their PBs. So.
And they haven't pitted yet, have they?
No, they've not pitted yet. I'm not surprised. Breert, his best lap was a 44.126, and guess what? His last lap was a 44.126. You see them cutting the track limits there and backing off, so he doesn't get a penalty. Very well done from him.
Good stuff.
But it does.
Jacques Buerta. He's just turned it around. I've just jumped on him, and he did a U-turn. He had a spin on one of the hairpins. And two cars have gone past him, Pretorius and Azevedo. So Jacques Buerta had a donut. He did a donut.
It'd be interesting to know if he's made the mistake. Corne Breert now has passed Matthew Boy.
Yep.
And well past. I wonder if Boy's made a mistake there. Philip Minnar now into the pits. I wonder if Buerta made a mistake on his own, or if coming out into traffic got tangled up in something.
Yep, not sure.
Seems to be running slow, Jacques Buerta. Very slow.
And Kruger
very slow. He's
in the pits
again. Buerta's got damage. He's got bad damage. This is really going to cost his race now, of course, having just gone into the pits. And one of the disadvantages of pitting early, of course, I mean, not that early, but early in general, it's that you're more likely to come out in traffic and more likely to have issues.
Contact and issues, yep. Got it.
Okay, so Minnar, Kruger, Buerta, Janssen van Rensburg, and Leach all in the pits right now. With on board at the moment with Hein van Niekerk in 7th position at the moment. Unlikely to be a net 7th, but all tucked up behind Renier Leach. As we go onto the long straight, a little bit far behind to get that nice toe.
Oh, I'm looking further behind them in the distance, and Azevedo and Pretorius also having a good drag.
Yeah, and Azevedo seems to have lost out there. Trying to go around the outside does not work out for him at all.
Outbreaks himself again.
Yep, definitely.
Right, 18 minutes to go. So we're going to see what Lionel Clue's going to do here. Jovan Oosthuizen, 10 seconds back, is in the pits. So Jovan has blinked and he's gone in.
So I just have a look. I'm just having a look at Lionel's times. 43.9 is his best ever, and his last was a 44.1. So very consistent from Lionel.
Good. Corne Breert in second place now, doing a 44.0. Matthew Boy now up into third place, and Skuman fourth. Paterson's also in the pits now.
Yeah, that's why those guys obviously gained. Hein van Niekerk and Paterson pitting. That's all right. And Renier Leach also gaining.
Yeah.
I think Renier's done his pit stop, hasn't he? So Renier's may have gained a hell of a lot of places here. We'll have to see how it all shakes out. What shakes out the tree, but I'm sure the Leaches have both done pit stops.
I don't know. I know James did. I'm not too sure if Renier did, but
we'll find out very soon.
We will.
So Hein van Niekerk now all the way down into 12th. Remember, he was sort of up third-ish, so it just shows you how much of an impact a pit stop has around here. That's why I just wondered if you were able to make to the end on the fuel.
Gotcha.
It would be, I think it would be a genuine strategy.
So Jovan Oosthuizen now out in 8th, looking at the back of Ryder Azevedo as they go down the long back straight. Gerard Pretorius just up ahead of Ryder Azevedo as well. And then Renier Leach now in 5th place, because we have Lionel Clue in the pits.
Yep. So he's got a 14-second lead on Corne Breert. I think Breert will quite comfortably take that first position right now.
Well, he's just coming over that top apex, and he's not diving into pits, so he's going to go past and on for another lap.
Yeah, so with 16 minutes left, likely that these guys will pit at the end of the next lap, so with 15 minutes remaining, so that's sort of a two-thirds, shall we say, strategy. But if they don't, then maybe we're on for the zero stopper. Both boys, Skuman and Breert,
Leach is in now.
So Clue's done very well. Clue's gained. So, okay, right.
Yeah.
So Leach
is in and Azevedo's in.
Okay, so Marius Skuman, of course, in third now, having actually pitted, and all over the back of Matthew Boy. Very quickly, Boy on now much warm
So Marius,
tires.
Marius Skuman, sorry, is actually net leading because Corne and Matthew haven't pitted yet.
Correct, yes.
Okay. So they're either not going to pit or they're going to try and get to the end of this race.
Yeah, although I must say the Lionel Clue, I think, has gained a lot in this.
Agreed.
In this pits phase. Only 4 seconds now behind Skuman, and Skuman had a pretty good lead on him. Closing in on 10 seconds, if I remember correctly. So yeah, I think Clue will be happy with that result so far. And if Matthew Boy starts to slow up Skuman, Clue will be able to gain even more.
Oh, Skuman is not far off the back of Matthew now.
Yeah. Of course, through this section, there's very little you can do about it. But we are fast coming up to that start-finish straight. So if you can be within a couple of tenths, maybe 3-4 tenths, you might get a run.
Corne's in.
And Matthew Boy's in.
And Matthew Boy's in. So there it happens.
On the 15 mark, right? Yep. So that's the two-thirds strategy is what they were going for. Let's see where they come out, because I think these are going to be our last two pitters.
I agree.
Everybody else is pitted by this stage.
So we're just following Matthew as he goes in. So Marius Skuman goes past and into the lead.
Yep, doing a 44.7. So second off his best. Now remember, Jacques Boerter had that spin, and he's all the way down in 14th now because he took so much damage. So he's really lost out, unfortunately. Breert now back out in 5th. That's a pretty good result.
And Boy in 7th.
And Boy in 7th. So Breert just getting ahead of Duggan. But now, of course, Breert is under pressure from Duggan, whose tyres are nice, warmed up and in the zone. Breert, what is Breert on, hards or mediums?
Corne now is on hards, Raymond's on mediums.
Interesting. Okay, so Corne is going to take probably a lap, I'd say, to get those tyres up to where they should be. So if Duggan's going to make a move, he needs to make it quickly. And actually, Corne is now already pulling away. So
yeah, that gap's stretched out. So Kruger was the last to pit. Ruben Kruger, he's just come out the pits in 16th. So I think that's it. The field's now pitted.
Okay, so any other pit stops are going to be damage related.
Correct. So after pitting, tyres are Marius Skuman on mediums, Lionel Clue on hards, Gerard Pretorius and Jovan Oosthuizen on mediums, Corne Breet on hards, and Raymond Duggan on mediums, Matthew Boy and Philip Minna on hards. Top 10.
Right, so most of the top 10 seem to be on hards, with a few mediums, and of course our race leader at the moment.
Yeah, 60-40 at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah. But the majority of the field is on hards. Everyone from 7th down to Mike LaRue in 14th are hards, and then everyone below him are on hards.
Okay, so some of these top runners have really found a way to make these mediums last. They could have a smoother driving style potentially. You know, pitting later, things like that can help.
Do those long straights help, Nick?
They certainly will help cool the tires down. But if your pressures are going through the roof, it's not going to be anywhere near enough, because you know these tires are taking a bit of a pounding. But having said that, you know, not all of the harsh corners, shall I say, are all left-handers, for example. They are split up. So it's not like one particular tire. Obviously, everybody who's involved in the touring car series that we run will have seen tracks like Brands Hatch and so on. That front left of yours was just absolutely on fire. And burning itself to the ground because of all the harsh corners are left-handers. So this track doesn't seem to be like that.
Currently in the cockpit with Ruben Kruger, down in 16th, looking at the back of Peter Kralin and going past Peter Kralin, who had a huge moment. Let me see if we got that on replay, because 1 minute he was there and the next minute he was gone.
Ruben for LLC, I seem to remember, if my terrible memory serves me correctly. Yep, I think I am correct.
Oh yeah, Peter Kralin just kind of drove off the track in front of him.
But now finding himself in a battle. Oh, and in front, that's Mike LaRue getting it all wrong, coming out the corner and just slamming straight into the wall.
Oh dear.
Yeah,
he's gone back to the pits.
Yeah, that would have been some serious damage.
Oh dear, he's disconnected.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for him.
Okay, so 10 minutes. Yep, Skuman out in the open. I honestly didn't think it would be that easy, but then again, our man Jacques Botha has had problems. He's only progressed up to 12th after his spin. Oh, Skuman almost went round there, actually.
Yeah, I'm trying to put the commentator's curse on him there, Alan.
That was not intentional, gents. But yeah, Jacques Botha is 12th place.
Yeah, Skuman's having a very scrappy lap, I must say. Gap's now down to 2.5 seconds, possibly starting to feel the pressure from Lionel Clue, who's been quite consistent now.
Okay, well, let's watch this gap. Currently at 2.5 seconds with just under 10 minutes to go, so still sufficient racing here.
Yeah, definitely, and as we've said throughout this whole race, the track bites hard, so you got to watch out. You see a 44.9 and a 44.2 respectively, so that's where you're seeing that gap come down. So Clue is pretty much bang on his PB, only 0.3 off it, whereas Skuman was a full second and a bit, 1.1 off his PB.
Matthew, the only driver there having an out of sorts 145. Every one of the top 8-9 drivers doing 144s that last lap.
Yeah, Matthew's strategies kind of, I think that today has got him where he is. His lap times haven't been that consistent. He seems to have really struggled this race for consistency, which is odd for Matt.
Renier Leach in 13th, running one of the brewery liveries.
Corne Breet now in 5th, all over the back of Oosthuizen. There's 4 tenths between them as they're going down the main straight.
Yes.
He won't be able to have a move just yet. But actually, fifth, fourth, and third, those three having a proper battle, with Raymond Duggan looking on 2.2 seconds behind them. Oh no, that's unfortunate for Oosthuizen. He went off the track and has had to slow down.
Oh,
and has lost out because of it. And that's allowed Gerard Pretorius once again to scamper away. But Corne Breed now up to fourth. The man who was involved in pretty much every incident, well, every overtaking move, it seemed, for the first half of the race, now finds himself up in fourth place with a potential sniff at third.
Sorry, I was just flying through 7 or 8 camera views just to get this back end view. So we're watching from Corne Breed looking back at Jovan Oosthuizen behind him through the back wing and over the rear tyres. And he's close up, so Jovan's certainly not going to let him get away with this, and he's going to try and attack and come back at him.
Yeah, I remember he only lost that position because he made the mistake.
Yes.
And kind of had to let Corne through, it seemed, to clear that track cut, which is really unfortunate for us watching.
Oh, Hein van Niekerk's in the pits.
That's unfortunate, must have damage. But these guys really battling it out. There's a second now between Breed and Pretorius. He's closed that down. Expecting the next couple of laps that if Oosthuizen does fall off the back of Breed, that's where the battle's going to be.
Yeah.
The gap at the moment between Schoeman and Klue at 2.2,
yeah.
That's once again stabilized. So I think Schoeman's found his consistency again.
Yeah. Either that or he was lapping somebody, and possibly they slowed him down a little.
Could be. Didn't see anything, but
no.
It could have explained it for sure. There's certainly battles going on though, up and down the field right now. I can see that Philip Minnaar and Matthew Boy.
I'm on board with him now, or at least watching him, and he's closing in on the back of Matthew for sure. Leach in the pits. James Leach again.
And the Leaches have had a bit of a torrid time today.
Yeah. Oh, Oosthuizen and Breed. Everyone's close there. Going over the start-finish line, 44.5, 44.1, 44.6, 45.1.
Yeah, you can see Breed is desperately trying to get into that slipstream.
Oh, what happened there? Jovan Oosthuizen and Duggan, they went side by side round turn 1, I tell you.
Goodness.
No contact and no position change, but I think Duggan was having a late dive to get through on turn 1, and there wasn't the place to do it.
Well, they all seem to have got out of it fairly unscathed. Breed and Pretorius taking very different lines onto the start-finish straight. Not the start-finish, sorry, the back straight.
The back straight.
And Breed seeming to be the slight winner there. Just not quite close enough to be properly in the slipstream.
Raymond Duggan diving down the inside of Oosthuizen now. That's happened.
So Oosthuizen now ahead of Duggan.
Oosthuizen ahead of Duggan. That gap Klue to Schoeman now 2.0 seconds.
And Minnaar trying to go around the outside on the can we call it the throw it in corner towards the end of the track.
He's looking all over the back of Matthew right now.
Needs to be sensible, get a good drive onto this start-finish straight.
Which he just did. Oh, this is going to be done halfway down the straight.
Here we go. He's gonna go inside. He goes inside. Matthew squeezes him. Squeezes back. Minnaar should have this done. Keep it sensible and you'll be yours. There we go. Matthew will have a much better drive, but quite frankly, through this whole complex, there's nothing you can do about it, and you're probably losing out with the lack of downforce as well anyway.
Yeah, dirty air. He's dropped back completely, and
Okay, so Corne Breed now 0.6 of a second behind Pretorius. But still, I do not think it's going to be enough, I have to say.
Matthew Boy not letting it go, though. Philip Minnaar definitely took the first sector as perfect a racing line as he could. And Matthew Boy following in the dirty air, but he's there or thereabouts. He's only 0.4, 0.5 seconds behind. And if Philip Minnaar makes a mistake, Matthew will go straight back past him. 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, unfortunately for him, Philip Minnaar is doing his... Oh, we've had it off. We've had it off of... That was probably a back marker, actually. Sorry. But the problem is Philip Minnaar is doing 44.4, which is his best ever lap time, and is in fact up on that currently. So he's setting PBs left, right, and center right now.
Okay.
And Matthew Boy is a good 0.6 off his personal best. So yeah, Minnaar flying, Boy struggling. So no wonder that was so easy, so to speak, for Minnaar. And you can see a 44.1 for Minnaar and a 45.0 for Matthew.
Jacques Boerter in 11th.
He's worked his way up. I mean, he was all the way down in basically 16th, 17th position.
He's driving hard, and this is Ryan de Azevedo as he comes around the last turn.
Jacques and Ryan have had a few battles over the last couple of seasons, so these two are fairly fay with each other.
1.5 minutes left.
That's Neyman saying you'll be happy if it ends with Marius and Lionel,
Totally.
both his friends. Well, I hope your friends don't take each other out. It's 1.2 seconds now between them. So Clue really with the hammer down. And in fact, his last was a 44 dead, best 43.9, and currently 0.2 up on his best going into the sort of third, fourth last corner.
There's still another lap here because they're almost at the end of onto the start-finish straight.
Yeah, absolutely not yet. Not done yet, folks. 0.3 of a second up on his best. Can he get this last corner hooked up? Lovely stuff. Oh, a little bit of a wiggle there. A little bit of a wiggle, but gathers it up. Does his PB a 43.6. Fastest lap of the race as well. Lionel.
Right at the end.
Yeah. That's putting pressure on Skuman right there.
Yeah.
That's how you do it at the death. Skuman locking up into the first corner. Gets it gathered up. 1.1 the gap as we go through the twisty section. I mean, the only plus side of the moment for Clue is he won't be enough in the dirty air for it to be affecting him.
Just watching Corne Breed down the main straight. They also dicing fourth and third. Corne going deep around the outside. Okay, they're all back in line. Arnold Clue now under a second.
Yep. Both of these guys trying to desperately find that performance that'll give them the advantage. Clue will gain a little bit down the straight, but not much. Just not close enough. Unfortunately, needs probably 2 more laps at this sort of pace. Oh, locking up heavily. Doesn't matter anymore. Your tires don't need to last another lap. And Clue getting it all crossways, coming out, just hitting that curb, and it threw the car off. These cars don't like the curbs around Abu Dhabi.
Corne Breed next to
the other one.
Sorry, Pretorius and Breed swapping for third place. Oh.
Final podium position on the last lap of the race.
It's unreal.
Oh, and Pretorius just hanging on.
Just hanging on.
And locking up.
We'll watch them to the final to the start finish straight. Corne still looking.
Yeah, Skuman's coming through the final corner right now as you watch with the other guys, and takes a fantastic win. Very, very well done to Marius Skuman. Lionel Clue coming home in second position, really putting the pressure.
Corne spins it on the second last corner. He took a dive down the inside and he's turned it round.
Oh, that's really unfortunate. He's slipped down. What's wrong?
Pretorius, he can't get going.
He's popped a tire.
Yeah, his tire's flat at the back left. The front tires are up in the air.
Yeah.
He's wiggling the car. I don't know. I think he might have run out of petrol.
No. You can see he's in 6th gear and absolutely. You can see him.
I can see his throttle. Yeah, his throttle.
The revs. He's just trying to get this car home somehow, but unfortunately, he's going to drop positions like it's going out of fashion.
Oh, shame, Corne. Yesterday, the other night we saw old Peter Geldenhuys with no wheels, but apparently he did have wheels. It's just the video that we saw he had no wheels. But everyone's just going past. Corne's going all the way down. He's in 10th here.
Yeah, Corne trying to wiggle the car, I think, to get it onto that other back wheel to give him some...
Oh.
And across the line he goes in 13th. Oh my goodness, Corne, that I'm sure is not how you wanted to end
that was wild. Alright, so as everyone comes to an end, let's see if we can go and get our winner, Marius Skuman.
Right, so we had Skuman in first, a fantastic win for him. Clue second, really pressuring him towards the end. Gerard Pretorius, a very, very well-deserved third position, battling hard. Unfortunately, Corne Breert ended up in 13th, despite giving it his absolutely everything.
Marius Skuman, are you there, sir?
Evening, guys. How are you?
How are you?
Very well. How are you?
Very well, tired, but yes, like what a race.
Yeah, you're telling us. Goodness, that was fantastic to watch.
Did you enjoy
like
that?
giving me a heart attack on the end.
I mean, Lionel Clue, he set, I think, the fastest lap of the race on the second last lap. You must have been thinking, where's this oak got his rocket ship from?
Yeah, I know. He's got serious pace at the end of the race.
Yeah, absolutely. It really showed a good.
Sorry, I lost.
I mean, you seemed to have the whole race in hand from day one. I mean, I think you had the top age queue time as well.
Yeah, look, we put a lot of time in this. Me and my teammate, unfortunately, he didn't finish up there with me where I expected him.
Yeah.
But we have a new sponsor, the Infeld Twins, which I wanted to impress. But last week I slipped up, so I tried to do my best this time around. So I hope he's impressed.
Excellent. Yeah, Gerard, I saw that your teammate was on the front row with you, and then he just had a drama right through the race. I'm not too sure what happened.
Well, unfortunately, when he got home this afternoon, his modem went. We had a bit of lightning storm here, so he had to come to my house and set up shop here. So
okay,
it's a whole brand new environment. So I presume that's got something to do with it. But I'm still impressed that he finished up on the grid in the front row with me.
Yeah, he was having a very close race there, I think, with Corne Breert, who had a late dive in the second last corner coming over that hill, and he spun the car around and it looked like he blew his left tire. So he went from a possible 3rd, 4th position all the way down to 10th or 11th, Nick?
Shoot,
I think it was around 13th in the end.
Jeez, yeah. Shame, man.
Oh, man. Bad luck.
Well, Team BWR for the big W there, that's for sure.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Awesome.
Yeah, very
well. Awesome stream.
Grand. Well done there, sir.
Cheers. See you guys. Bye.
Cheers, man. So there we go, Nick. Great little race on a very interesting track. I think Wednesday is going to also prove some interesting races here, man.
Yeah, definitely. And it's been a pleasure to chat with you tonight, Alan. Everyone watching, I hope you had a great time and enjoyed the racing. We certainly did, and we will see you again next time.
Yes, indeed. Good. We'll be back on Wednesday with Division 2, so anybody who's not racing, feel free come join us on YouTube and watch the racing. Take care and have a